I want to demonstrate to you how the media is being used today. They are merely shills for the pharmaceutical industry, for the war industry. This is from the New York Times. It is entitled, "New Obesity Drugs Come with a Side Effect of Shaming." I'm going to take you through some of this. Since she started taking wegovy, for which this is an advertisement for, one of a new class of drugs for obesity that was prescribed by her doctor at the clinic, her cravings are gone. She has lost 50 pounds and jettisoned the dark clothes she wore to hide her body. Her obesity-related medical problems have vanished, along with much of the stigma that caused her to retreat from family and friends. So first of all, as I stated, this is an advertisement for the drug wegovy, which of course comes at a tremendously high cost. The challenge is that people believe that those who lose weight using gastric bypass surgery or this drug are cheating. To continue, but like others at the clinic, she still struggles with the fear others will judge her for receiving injections to treat her obesity rather than finding the willpower to lose the weight and keep it off. That's right, because it shows that you're a person who takes shortcuts in life, and you're not completely able to do that today. You want to take a shortcut losing weight, you're going to take a shortcut with relationships, you're going to take a shortcut driving around and do something stupid or illegal because you think you can get away with it. It is symptomatic of many and will express itself in many different ways throughout your life. So you're darn right, you judge people for taking shortcuts. And that doesn't mean that I don't take shortcuts. I definitely do sometimes in various ways, but you have to recognize and respect those who worked hard to get the muscles, to get the body that they do, versus those who just want to have the implants done. There's a difference in the type of person and the interaction that you're going to have with them, so it makes sense to judge them. Wegovy and drugs like it make this a very exciting time in the field. About 100 million Americans, or 42% of the adult population, have obesity. Now, you noticed I paused there on the word have. It's not that they are obese, they have obesity, as though it's not your problem. It's something that came via bad luck. It came up from the depths of hell and you've been afflicted with it like cancer. Oh, he has cancer. It's not you are obese. Now you have obesity. You notice the framing is different, that it's not your fault that you're obese. It's just something that you're afflicted with. That's a big difference. Once again, they're trying to take away personal agency, which is what they're going to do throughout, and then they're going to give you something to cure it. It's not your fault, but let us solve the problem for you with this incredibly high-priced drug. We'll get to that in a second, that you'll have to take for the rest of your life in order to keep off the weight, because you're just using it as a crutch. For the first time, people with obesity, people who are fucking fat, who faced a lifetime of medical jeopardy, can escape the ruthless trap of fruitless dieting and see their obesity-related health problems mitigated along with weight loss. Fruitless dieting. That's the way that they're framing it for the consumer. It's not your fault. It's just that dieting itself is fruitless. Diet and exercise will solve virtually any problem that you have related to weight for 99.5% of the people. And I'll submit that possibly there's a 0.5% of the people for which it will do nothing. But to say that it is fruitless dieting is just a lie and another propaganda piece by the New York Times, the paper that I used to consider the gold standard of journalism. Imagine that. But there is still taint. There is a moral component to it. You're darn right. People really believe that people with obesity, there it is again, the framing, with obesity, fuck you, New York Times, just need to summon their willpower, and they think that taking a medicine is the easy way out. Because it is, because it demonstrates a laziness, because it demonstrates a lack of self-discipline with the individual. Can we all agree on that? Whether or not you're overweight, you have to agree that being able to lose it does demonstrate self-discipline and the ability to follow through on something. We can't make enough of it. said Amber James Brown, a Novo Nordisk spokesman. Supplies are so limited, the company is only selling the drug in the United States, Norway, and Denmark. Gee, all the richest countries in the world. The company's corporate headquarters. Its high list price of $1,349 a month puts it out of the reach of most whose insurance will not cover it. But increasingly, many insurers do. And by putting out this advertisement for this very expensive drug, I assure you that they are going to get people clamoring for their insurance carriers to offer it. And guess who ends up paying for that? Everybody else who has an insurance policy. We are going to pay for the lardos to be given a shortcut to losing weight because they're unable to do it themselves at this high price. And this is the propaganda that they're putting out. The drugs have arrived at a time when researchers have documented the risks of obesity and the futility of prescribing only diet and exercise as a treatment. The futility of prescribing diet and exercise. Oh no, it's only diet and exercise because that's what works if people have the self-discipline to follow through. But most people don't, and we are all collectively going to pay for it. This is why everybody should have their own insurance premium based on their height, weight, age, etc. It's the same thing as driving a car. You earn your reputation risk-wise. Decades of studies have consistently shown that very few people can lose excess weight and keep it off with lifestyle changes alone because they're undisciplined, because they want you to feel like a victim. Once again, the left wants you to feel like a victim, and then they're going to offer you the solution, whether it's greater government, more control over your life, or having other people pay for the pharmaceuticals and the advertisement that this is that was placed in the New York Times. Yet the belief persists, fed by diet gurus, influencers, and industries selling supplements and diet plans. Oh my God, they're the ones who are issuing propaganda. The diet gurus, the influencers, the personal trainers. These are the people that need to be shut up because they are lying to you and making you think that you have self-agency over your life, which is the one thing that the left does not want you to have in any way. So welcome to leftdom, where everybody is a victim of some sort or another, that where you suddenly it's not that you are obese, it's that you have obesity. I would much rather be obese and think that I can change it because it's within my personal agency to do so. And all that this article is doing is attempting to normalize the shortcut, attempting to make people think that diet and exercise are pointless and fruitless actions. Who else benefits from this? Those that are selling obesity-enhancing foods that suddenly mean that you have obesity. Oh my God, I have obesity. What am I going to do? It's nothing that you earned. Yes, you earned it. And you can lose it the same way. It's all in the choices, but they want to take away personal choice and personal agency because they earn lots of dollars by doing so. They're the ones turning you into a victim as long as you continue to listen to the New York Times and the other propaganda shills for the pharmaceutical industry.